but then when he gets a random character, he's gone, I'm going to check my moves.
I mean, it looks like it, but it looks like Don's getting a lot of damage at the moment. These little sweeps are connecting. But he had a few hours with Don yesterday just to bring him up to speed with the game, and he's got a few ideas on what to be doing.
Now, this is when things get a bit dangerous. Steve has already discovered the blood bottle, very dangerous Atrocitus move, and making sure he knows how to do that one.
Does have
a bit of danger, but activating that trait. Superman getting that extra damage on board. Don making sure he knows how to do that damage.
Does have a super there as well. 4 bars for both players. Oh, but there's the lift. It's going to work. He spends the bar to get the combo, but doesn't get too much damage. He gets a little bit, at least.
Fight live. Remember, for the benefit of those in the crowd, if you want to check out the match yourself, just go to twitch.tv/Netherrealm. You can watch the fight live anywhere you want to.
And this is going to be a first of 3 games. So you need to win 3 matches to win this set. It's all for charity. It's all in the name of good fun, but no one wants to lose in front of all these people.
Absolutely not. Now there's the sweep already. That's a knockdown into a low, and that blood puddle is indeed a low attack, so you've got to make sure you block that one correctly. For a fact that Don was telling us he was going to go. I'm trying to decide the names. Are they switched around? You know for a fact that Don was telling us he was going to go Superman, but he might not be playing Atrocitus.
He did block it in time. Now he hasn't got any meter left to go with. It's doing so much damage. Is that going to connect from full screen? Did he block it? Yes, he did block it in time. And now he hasn't got any meter left to go with at all.
I mean, it's when things get a bit dangerous because he's lost all of his buy. Look at the fact that Atrocitus with 4 bars left to go. I mean, he can kill you with that very easily.
Probably not going to see another one in Superman trade. Oh, there's the super. Oh, but it gets blocked as well. No super connecting at all. Probably not going to see another one for the rest of this match.
Yeah, very good thing that he blocked that one. That connected, that would have been game over. Superman hasn't got much health left. Finally blocking those lows. He has to fight back. This unbelievably close.
Interrupt the puddle. 1 hit left. You know, top puddle with a little sweep. It's going to keep connecting the Atrocitus very long health. 1 hit by Take It Here. 1 hit left. Oh no!
1 hit this time.
Oh, the match extension. You never see that happen.
And that was his first time this time. The game, that match extension already. Who's going to do it? Neutral state. But the advantage for both of them now, they have the tools to get the job done, but who's going to do it first?
Jump over the laser. Only needs 1 more of those and he might be in business.
We are trading
this is
sweep for sweep.
close. The forward one out, yeah, but
it's not enough. The sweep again, are we going to go back?
We are trading sweep for sweep. They know there it is. The jump in Don Diablo popping up. He knows he took that one after a max extension.
Immediately. You never see match extensions in the IPS, let alone here.
I mean,
that was immediately is
well, I think it's setting a nice precedent for how the rest of these matches are going to go. But does Steve stick with Atrocitus, or does he go back to another change?
I think Steve might go back to player select, and he might choose a character he knows. Personally, we might see that happen. I don't think we'll see random select again. But then again, even though he didn't really play Atrocitus, it was still a last hit scenario. So if he goes to the character that he knows, this may be kind of tricky.
Almost that false sense of security for Don Diablo, right? That, yeah, he took a game, but it was something that I didn't choose. It was random. Now I'm going to take the gloves off. It's time for the main selection.
Now, just reminding you guys at home, this is going to be a first to 3 games, or it's also called a best of 5. And that essentially just means that Don Diablo is up 1 game. He has to win 2 more, and he's going to take this charity showdown.
Of course. But it looks like they're pondering over what they're going to be choosing. I don't believe they're locked to characters here. This is all in the name of good fun, so they can basically pick what they want, on whatever stage they want. But I think they're sort of just taking a little bit of time to think. It looks like Steve might be going for Robin this time, based on what we've seen over there, but I think that might be the selection. So it's going to be Superman versus Robin on Arkham Asylum, no doubt.
That's a clash of playstyles, absolutely. But again, I think he might be trying to either give himself a little bit of time, or he's going to check the move list and find out what extra moves he wants to go with. Didn't actually see whether I thought he went random select again, but either way, he is going to go with a different character.
Regardless, though, we did see him go with the hot move list check at the start of the last game with Atrocitus. He found the puddle, and that was almost all he needed to take the game. Obviously, not just enough, but almost enough.
Now, just checking some of those moves, got to make sure. And just actually, one thing you can do in Injustice is ping certain attacks so they're going to be on the front of the screen, which actually is really helpful when you're playing in a competitive setting, just trying to find out what moves you should be going for.
Hey, it's Steve knowing what he needs to do. We're going to be getting underway. Just have to wait and see what they're ready to go. Don Diablo currently 1 match in the lead in this first to 3 scenario, so Don Diablo only has 2 more games to take.
Now we'll be ready to go soon, but I think having the pressure of being down 1 game can be quite a lot to deal with, especially in a first to 3 scenario. But Don Diablo, he's riding a lot of momentum right here. All he has to do is win 2 more games, and he's going to be the champion of the day.
Well, the thing is, right, in this situation, I would normally say the crowd is getting bigger every minute. You know, there's this live crowd at Gamescom 2017. There's more people every single second coming to the stage. But I can't imagine stage fright is a problem for either of these 2 chaps.
Oh, no. It's definitely not going to be the pressure of performing in front of a crowd. It's going to be playing in a competitive 1v1 scenario that will be a bit different to these guys.
Yeah, I get the impression they've done that once or twice.
You could say that.
Are we starting? Oh, wait, it's checking. Ah, looks like yeah, Don was able to get his own moves on the screen as well.
Now, those low sweeps, Don Diablo really likes those low sweeps because you get a knockdown. If the opponent doesn't block on their own wake-up, then, I mean, they might get hit again. We know that he does like those sort of forward threes, those forward X's, those overhead punches as well. Haven't seen too many of them this time, but once again, we're very, very close.
You see the patience, though. Don really wants to sit and block these.
Once again, because it's individual hits that are trading back and forth, the health is consistently even.
We say even we are almost neck and neck right now, but we can see that Robin's got a significant meter advantage.
Gets a sweep again, interrupting the Batarang. But no, the super, that's probably going to work out. Catches the sweep, and that's going to be round one. Steve Aoki up 1 round.
That's the armor going to be absorbing that attack. This is probably going to do enough. Yes, it is indeed. Comfortably going to do enough damage to take away the first life bar. So now Don Diablo stuck down. It is Don Diablo playing Superman a second time. This is the character he put all of his practice into yesterday. Returns to his own super, but it's going to get blocked easily by Steve Aoki.
That was quite a gamble. I mean, either Steve's going to press a button the second the round begins, or he's not. I think Don really just took that gamble. I'm going to try and catch him pressing the button. Didn't work out, but he took the round anyway. And now they're both super low on meter, but getting overwhelmed. That forward X comes out. Big damage already.
They go overhead in the sweep. He's mixing it up. You've got the overhead of the forward X and the low of the sweep.
If you're not reacting to that forward X or that forward 3, you're going to eat huge damage on a launch.
Oh, he gets it.
Look at the damage of that, though, because he's got his trait activated. He's doing that enhanced damage, doing so much more. And already has Steve back to the wall, but we can see Don is actually lower on life now. He has to be really careful not to eat too much of these projectiles on the way in. Oh, that's going to be enough.
There we go. That's going to be 1-1. That jumping heavy into low heavy. Nice little two-piece combo, doing just enough damage for that one. There we go.
So let's go back to yesterday. We had a few hours to sit down with Don Diablo and really sort of, try and teach him a thing or two about the absolute basics of Injustice 2, right? How do you perform some of the attacks? What is your character power? What is different between each character and stuff like that, and really settled down on Superman and I think simplified it to a few eye lasers, utilizing your away X, your forward X to get those big damage hits in. So it's not really combo heavy, it's not really tricky, it's just absolutely taking it down to the bare bones and doing as much damage as you can with either individual hits or maybe one or twice.
But Don was doing a really good job of actually learning how to do the moves quickly. Normally when someone's sort of like new to a game or new to a fighting game, it can take people quite a long time to learn how to do special moves or combo strings. He picked them up within a couple of attempts, and the fact that he's already sort of pulling off some of these in this match scenario, which, like I said, playing in a real match scenario against two people when there's something on the line, that's something that you can't prepare for until you're in the match. But hang on, looks like we've gone in for another change. Sub-Zero versus Superman. Again, looks like we're going to go back to the classic. This sounds like a timeout. Might be having a timeout right now once again.
Still though, if it's Steve on Sub-Zero, that means he's played 3 characters in just as many games, right? And that's kind of just showing the board that, yeah, I know how to play a few characters in this game, and Don Diablo's sticking to that Superman. So this could be a match of, is it better to specialize in one in this sort of situation, or just play the board and constantly have your opponent try and learn on the fly?
I think that's quite a talking point in Injustice 2 in general, though, isn't it? You have those players that stick with one character and go through with thick and thin, and then you've got those that specialize and have a team, both of which are working in a competitive setting these days.
Well, I guess we'll find out what's going to work soon. So now we are 1 game apiece, so 2 more games for either of these players, and they will be walking away with the lead. And I think we might actually be starting this match immediately.
Now,
I think so.
Sub-Zero, straight from Mortal Kombat X, has some very similar moves. He's got that classic ice clone back already. And again, Don with the offense, going in for Superman, straight for extra damage. Gets caught blocking lows, the overhead comes out.
Oh, there's the last hit. That string going to send Don sliding all the way other side of the screen, but manages to get up. Closing in that space again. Both players do have access to their character power. Oh, but there's the super, that's going to work.
Oh, no, the low poke recovers just in time. And I like the fact that both these players actually, when they see a super, they try and block. They're not trying to fight it. They're trying to save the damage.
They're not panicking. They see the starter with the super and realize, okay, I should probably try and block this. On the topic, there we go. The ice clone coming through. That signature Sub-Zero move being his character power in this game. Oh, and there's the trait popped. Probably going to waste that. Might have a few seconds left at the start of this round, but not much time at all.
And the laser comes through, manages to pull it off. We were saying, learning those special moves, getting the timing down. He's doing it in a 1v1 scenario. Very impressive.
That ice ball is going to do a lot of damage on impact in this game. You see Don really trying to get these moves out in the neutral.
Building a lot of bar. When you take damage, you do build super meter in the game. And speaking of which, both players looking like they have a super ready.
Oh, that could go through the clone. Oh, Steve tried to jump, but it's going to get caught on the way up anyway. See Don smiling in his face. He's happy about that one.
The armor man, when you have that armored supers blowing through the clone, it's quite a classic way of getting around Sub-Zero's clone, but now he's got to watch out for that meter. Steve, he knows he has it ready.
And about this health that Don has, a super's probably going to kill here. He needs to block this. Is he going to get the block out? No, he tries to press a button. It's going to go straight through. The Sub-Zero super connects.
He just so happened to press a button at the magical time, and Steve's going to go up another game. It's 2-1 to Steve, and again, Sub-Zero pick, working wonders, but I don't think we see Sub-Zero again.
I mean, I suppose it depends on what Steve wants to do, right? Because he's played a different character in every match so far. Is that the tactic he's going for? Does he have a whole team ready, practiced for this event? Because we know Steve's been putting a little bit of time in when possible. Obviously, both these guys very extremely busy, so when they can get time to play is almost a miracle, but here we are.
Well, one thing we cannot forget is Steve Aoki, the owner of Rogue, you know, and Rogue themselves do sponsor players like Slayer, for example. They have some top Injustice 2 talent under their belt. You know, it's a great representation so far.
All right, so now here's a choice. I think we've actually got Don going with Superman once again, so he's definitely sticking to his guns, and Wonder Woman on the side of Steve Aoki.
But Don's been going with Superman the whole time. I thought maybe if he was done in games, would we see him potentially change to Batman? Because Batman has so many different universal tools, and obviously Don Diablo, working with Batman in the past, he's a big fan of that character. Well, again, we're going to go for that very quick timeout, making sure Steve can check the moves, find out what he should be doing, and funny enough, actually, I think that this sort of move list check is helping him every single match.
It's just having that visual representation, right? If you're not sure what they are off by heart, that's what this feature is there for, so you can see what the moves are in the middle of a match. So you know what's going on, you know? So you haven't got to pause and constantly refer to move list. It's right there waiting, and now we can see Steve fully locked with all these attacks, ready to see what they do.
That's quite a lot. That's actually quite a lot saved, but now Don Diablo on the verge of being out of this show match. He has to win one more game to just tie things up 2-2. But with that first tip, he's off to a fantastic start.
Yeah, he's got that little bit of a bar advantage at the moment. At least one to work with, and there we go, there's the projectile. Also, the Joker's Playground, a stage that I know Don was practicing on yesterday. His interactables being unblockable seemed really good for the occasion.
He is a big fan of those unblockable interactables on the stage, and I think that might be one of the reasons that we're on it right now. Catches the low sweep again, but wow, the wake-up attack.
Almost dead even on life a bit, but I think Steve ever so slightly edging off ahead. That sweep coming through again. You see Don really going to that when it's point blank just to try and get that knockdown situation, just do as much damage as he can. But there we go. Is that going to jump over in time? Oh, he does!
Just at the right moment. The problem is now he's lost all of his super meter. And Steve with 4 bars locked and loaded. Cannot get hit once.
So Steve with a rush down, there we go, but already seeing Don has himself a bar of meter, but this is now going to be match point for Steve Aoki. If he takes this life bar, he is going to be the winner today, and he's just sitting full screen. Look at him toying with Don Diablo right now.
Well, there's that character power, 1 of 5 random buffs, making Wonder Woman stronger in all different areas. Just depends on the one that you get.
That sweeping laser coming through. If Don can even out some of this life with these lasers, he might be able to even this life bar up. He's in the process of doing so. Steve with the parry attempt, but the sweep's going to go straight through it.
Actually, it was actually a really good attempt going for the wake-up parry, because if he went for one of those highs or those overheads, he would have got around it, but unfortunately not quite. Oh, wow, the wake-up button! Almost lost out to the 4-3, but not quite.
The sweep again coming through for Don Diablo. Putting a lot of bar, but Steve's still sitting on 4 bars. I wonder if he's saving it for that final moment.
There's that block. Down on the sweep, but there you go. Nice grab, actually, knowing that Steve's going to be blocking.
Oh, going for the sweep again. Quite quickly, Don Diablo managing to take a bit of a life lead here, but Steve has all the meter in the world to even this out if he can. He's figured out the shield toss. That could be a problem.
Oh no, the barrel goes completely underneath. The wake-up sweep, I think Steve, they're going to collide. Who's going to win? Superman crushes the armor of Wonder Woman's. And wow, I mean, that might even take the game. Superman Super does a ton of damage.
It will be close to the very least, even if it doesn't win out right now. I mean, look at that. Barely any life left on the side of Steve Aoki. Oh, but no, he's fighting back.
Hang on. Oh, the sweep trades it. It's 2-2. Final game.
But what will the final character choice be? Don Diablo very likely to stick with Superman a final time, but Steve, 4 matches, 4 characters. I mean, we can't even predict at this point. Do you think he'll go back to whoever he looked the most comfortable with, right? Out of all of his choices so far, I think Sub-Zero is probably the strongest.
But is he going to stick with his guns and go random all the way? Or is he going to go to his favorite character? Was Sub-Zero even his favorite character? Who knows?
I'm not sure, but we have 1 match left to find out. And Don, donning the shades just to get in the mood, get in the moment. 1 game away from winning this charity showdown.
I mean, when you're 1 game away from taking the whole thing, if you're both players in that situation, that's a lot of pressure. That's more pressure you were probably prepared for.
But, I mean, speaking of pressure, look at this crowd. I mean, being these are 2 guys, I don't imagine they get stage fright, but that's a lot of people. Gamescom 2017, busy days here today. Here to watch these 2 legends go at it in Injustice 2. All in the name of good fun, all in the name of charity, which is, I think it ticks all the boxes, really.
Well, we've seen so far, it's been smiles all round, but will there be smiles all round when the final match happens? That's what I
There might be one less smile in the room, but we'll have to wait and see.
Or maybe quite a few. I want to say the crowd holding up those signs, cheering on their boys. Very excited to see what this final match entails.
I see Black Adam on the screen. I think it's going to be Superman versus Black Adam, and here's the classic move list check.
Right. So Black Adam versus Superman, the one element here is going to be in those up-close situations, the Black Adam trait that you can do nothing about. The guaranteed damage, those 3 orbs. Is that going to be the game ender here?
It might be, but Don Diablo has been doing a good job of just getting a lot of hits point blank. So obviously, if you are playing Black Adam and you have the orbs activated and you take a hit, the orbs will disappear. So if you don't manage to get in close enough before that happens, still the lightning hands, there's the black magic immediately. 2 special moves, 3 special moves coming out from Steve.
And he's got those projectiles on deck from full screen. That's going to be a great way to just check it. But wow, the lightning to sort of punish the sweep again. Don needs to find an answer, but the dive kicks are already connecting as well. I feel like Black Adam might be the final character here.
It might do. What a commanding life feed for Steve Aoki. This Black Adam pick looks very comfortable. All these specials coming out and a clean, full health bar going down. Can Don Diablo make the comeback?
He has to make 2 health bars all the way down, but that's going to connect. That's going to be a start, but that's just going to be half the life bar. Plenty of work left to go, but the super's a great way to begin this comeback.
He might be able to start the momentum that Don Diablo needs, but it's going to be difficult without any super bar. But he is Superman. If he's got that trait, that character power locked and loaded, he can do a ton of damage. But as I can say that, Steve already setting it back up to this lightning hands gameplay.
Steve is looking unbelievably solid with this Black Adam. Every single special move he wants to do, he can do it exactly when he wants at the right ranges. Tries to go for point blank shocker, gets it then. There we go. Any damage here is going to be good damage before he potentially loses the round. Final round, both players. And, this is so close.
This is a complete match point turnaround, though. Don Diablo managing to even up the health, but Steve Aoki, plenty of bar to work with. And that's the super. Is that going to work? Oh, it does!
Pressing a button. It's not going to take the round, but I mean, that's a huge chunk of damage. And now Don Diablo on the back foot once again.
This is how Don Diablo made his first life bar comeback, but Steve Aoki looking to do the exact same thing in return. 420 damage coming out.
Oh, making that black magic whiff with that forward advancing normal.
So much damage, these laser beams. Don Diablo getting a few of them out. He has our own super, but Steve Aoki very close. Is that going to connect? No, there's the block. Steve Aoki with the patience.
Hang on. Here comes the potential comeback. The sweep to punish. The 4-3. It crushes. So much damage. One more hit from Steve will take this, and he gets the jump in. Steve Aoki is the champion of this celebrity charity show match.
I mean, you know, commiserations, but credit where it's due. 3-2. Steve Aoki made it, but Don Diablo made him fight for it. That was our last life bar, 3-2, final match situation. So I think props are well deserved, both ends here. But you know, you can see these guys, good friends, all smiles here. It's all in the name of charity. And that was good fun.
Yeah, we'll make sure 100% give it up for these guys. They played their heights out. Shout-outs to you guys on the crowd as well, tuning into this match. But one has to win and one has to be defeated, unfortunately. Thank you very much. We'll throw you guys back over to the Twitch couch.
All right, guys. Well, I know you guys have been waiting really patiently. We got Steve, we got Don, and that was a great match.
It was actually
a really good match. Let's give both of them a round of applause, guys.
Match 5. I thought Black Adam was going to take just a clean sweep. Superman comes back, brings it to that final round, and then the Black Adam unleashes that unholy fury.
This close.
All right,
I want to do one more.
It
was very, very close.
I tried to channel my Superman. I rocked the curl. I took the glasses off. I was throwing it up, but could not get it done.
No, but you know what's going to get done is we're going to say hello to this amazing crowd that's been here.
What's up, guys?
Are you guys ready to hype this crowd
We do have
up?
a fired up crowd.
Who's hyped?
Excited for
Gamescom,
the
let's
battle
go.
that we just had in Justice. We have
I
fans.
need my
of both sides.
photographer. Can you guys hear me out there? I don't even know if you can hear me out there. Can they hear me?
Can you hear us?
I think they can hear you.
I need Caesar.
Caesar. Where is Caesar?
Caesar.
Hail Caesar.
Caesar.
Caesar, come join us right now.
Caesar.
Okay, we're gonna take a photo. We're gonna take a photo.
We're gonna take a photo.
Yeah.
A victory photo.
All right, this is a victory photo.
Steve just wants to take a photo to rub it into Don Diablo's face later.
Probably. He wants to save this moment.
Be like, you know.
You know? Let's go Gamescom! Woo!
There's a cake here. That's a big cake.
All right.
He's got a cake. What's he doing with the cake?
He's gonna, you know, he's got a cake. This is what he does. This is, you know, it's part of the madness. I mean, Don, are you ready for this? Oh my God. Are you guys ready? Yes, 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 yes. That was glamorous. So, I have a cake for you. Yes. But you're like a...
I'm ready for this.
You're a little cake. There you go. You got like a nice little fancy little cake. You can hang out and eat it right here. There you go. Enjoy. Are you okay over there? Yeah? Well, guys, I have something really, really special for you. This is a worldwide reveal. Do not go anywhere. Open your eyeballs because this trailer is going to blow your mind.
Thanks for the light, pal. This just got a whole lot more interesting.
What'd you guys think of the Injustice 2 reveal? You guys hyped? Yes, 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 yes. So, are you excited to be here at Gamescom? What's it like?
Yeah,
seeing all these people, video games. I know you love video games.
Yeah, I'm definitely a gamer. Definitely a gamer nut, for sure. So it's nice. I've never been out to Gamescom in Germany.
Okay.
So it's cool to walk around a little bit, check this, the scene, see what's popping, see what's, coming up. And I still got all day, so I'm gonna definitely explore through this whole area.
I think everyone's ready. They're handing out some track. You guys ready to go and talk to all the fans here? Yeah.
I'm ready to go. I saw a lot of fans actually, a lot of Steve and Don fans here. So we just did a show in Germany.
Okay.
2 days ago. At least I did. Here in Cologne. So
in Cologne.
It's good timing.
So everyone from Europe literally comes here to Gamescom. All the gamers come. The city gets flooded with gamers. People from North America come. We come. I think it's important too that you guys are just regular gamers, just like everybody else. You enjoy the game, and that proved that you guys love the game. So, do you guys have fun playing Injustice 2?
That's actually because I don't really have a lot of time to game, and so I didn't really get enough time to understand the gameplay like on a big level. So this game for me is perfect because you just get in. It's about speed, about being quick, and that's what I like about this game. You don't have to be a gamer, but you can if you want.
There's a different game for different people. Different people's lifestyles. Like the RPG game when I was younger, when I had the time, I'm all about that. But now I'm with Don where I love those games where you could learn them quickly. You could play quick games. You can get back to what you're doing. Yeah. And like a game like Injustice is like perfect for that.
Now you started switching up your characters. Who was your favorite?
My favorite, I'd say Black Adam. I mean, he's just so easy to use.
Yeah.
And
was that the last character?
The last character.
That one fucked me up.
Yeah.
That was hard. Like,
but you were consistent. You were like, I'm gonna just stick with Superman and try to get these moves down.
That's the thing. I just try to stay cool and just try to, you know, like try to make my moves. And you know, that's the same thing. Like when I DJ, like Steve has a lot of extras. He's doing his, you know, just putting on that whole show. And in the meanwhile, I try to do like the, you know, try to do as good as I can with the basics, I guess.
No, man, you are one of the craziest DJs I know, man.
You guys
the most
are legends.
technical. This is one of the most technically amazing DJs on the planet, honestly.
Well, it sounds like you guys inspire each other and you guys are friends. And
We made a song together, you know that, right?
Oh, talk about it.
What we started, yeah. It's like our anthem that we did, like about, you know, about the scene, about
exactly
the electronic music in general, and about something that we share. Even though Steve is from the other end of the world, we talk with each other through music, and for us it is like coming together. It doesn't, even if we're competing, we're not really competing. It's the same with.
It's like it's a fun competition. You know, like it's like a healthy competition. So
it would not have been fun if you like ravished me. And I'd be just sitting here like.
No, man.
He's like,
it's all. No, it's really about support, man. It's like you know, we all support each other. Like especially in the EDM community, we're all friends and we all work together. That's why I love this community so much. So the song is about what we started. It's like we're really taking pride in what we've created and what, you know, our culture and our world. And it is our anthem, you know.
Yeah, it's an
like,
anthem.
It's an anthem for, you know.
Have to check it out. Check it out on YouTube.
Now you guys have a little signing session coming up, right?
We do.
Yeah, it's gonna be here at the Twitch booth.
That's amazing.
Are you excited to meet all friends here at Gamescom?
Yes, I'm very excited. Actually, there's a big crossover between electronic music lovers and gamers, to be honest.
Sure, yeah. No,
I've got a good friend of mine, Ali A. He's here today as well.
Ali A, yeah.
So we're gonna hang out for a bit, hopefully. And it's like, you know, there's such a big crossover, so I'm excited to be here.
Yeah, no, we're happy to have you here at the Twitch booth. Thank you so much for participating in this.
Yeah.
We'd love to have you again.
Yeah.
Man, we'd love to see you stream. That would be cool.
Yeah, I know. That's also another hard thing about what Dawn's saying is that it's like I thought I could do it.
Yeah.
It's hard all the time.
Right?
It's hard all the time.
Yeah.
You know, because it's like you have to negotiate where you put your time.
Yep.
And like, I could quickly play a quick game, but like to stream, you have to set it up and then you have to play and play for a couple hours. I just don't have the time to do that. I can
But
jump
I might
in,
be
play
addicted to this game now, so.
Well, now you guys can, you know, play a 1v1. When you guys are one part of the world, you can be another, and you guys can come together and
I
do a
actually got my
rematch.
first PlayStation now, and this is my first game, and I'm gonna go home and play it.
There you go.
I'm gonna play against my mom so I can win. But,
Well, guys.
I don't know, man. I don't know. Your mom.
No, my mom kills. My mom kills. That's no. Yep. Final word. You got to check out my mom at Tomorrowland, and you know my mom's. She kills it. So.
Okay. Well, thank you so much for joining us here on the Twitch stage, guys. Do not go anywhere. We have a lot more Gamescom coming your way. We'll see you right back.